Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. I'm the manager of the 15th place AFC Wimbledon. It's not good. It's not a good number. We're going to try to get better. We've made a lot of acquisitions here in the transfer window. The most important acquisitions are Dicko and Houdini. Houdini. Dicko and Houdini. It's like a buddy cop movie. Dicko and Houdini out on the road solving crimes, but instead they're out in the front of our 4-4-2 scoring goals. So when John Green and John Green or John Green or John Green can't play, Dicko and Dini will be. So I have very high hopes for Houdini. He came at a significant cost to the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys, and we'll just have to see how it all works out. Today I'm going to talk about my trip to Ethiopia. I guess I should also give you an update on the squad. Everything in Wimbly Wombly land is pretty good. That's Amora got injured. He's going to be out for 2 months. It's a nice tackle. And you know we're still trying out just a ton of new players as part of our strategy for getting through the championship. Now obviously that hasn't been going so well so far, as we are 15th in the championship, and that was not a very good cross. But this is early in this, and it was offside. This is early in the season. We're still figuring a lot of things out, and I still have great hope. I have fantastic faith in Dicko. You're not going to find somebody who believes in Dicko more than I do, and I have great hopes for Dini as well. So I think that we could be in good shape here. We just got to wait and see. So I just came back from Ethiopia. In fact, I have not filmed an episode of the Wimbly Womblys since before VidCon, and even then I only filmed like 3 or 4. So I'm a little bit rusty. I don't totally remember how to play FIFA because I haven't played it in like 3 months, but whatever. To be fair, I was never that good. Oh, no! Oh, what a save. What a... Oh, double save! Speaking of double... Oh! Oh! You can only ask him to do so much, Meredith. You know what? There's a lot of things Seb Brown can do in this world. But one of the things that he can't do is save 3 balls in a row. That was a disaster. Just an absolute disaster. As the very unlikable, you've got to say it, Millwall goes up 1-0 over AFC Wimbledon. That was a nice looking pass. Why don't we do that more often? Here's Mos Vestergaard. He's supposed to be great. And that left something to be desired. It was a floater. I've just come back from Ethiopia, which is the most interesting, enjoyable trip that I've ever been on in my life, which is not something I thought that I would say. I went because I kind of felt an obligation to. I felt like if I was going to be, you know, at all serious about the problem of global poverty, I hit the post. That's something. At all serious about the problem of global poverty, that I needed to, you know, visit places where poverty is endemic and talk to people directly instead of just, you know, instead of just paying attention to statistics and stuff. But it was a really great trip. I met a lot of really interesting people, of whom Bill Gates was one, but I met a lot of other people as well, who are working hard on this issue, from health extension workers who just have 10th grade educations and are women in their communities who receive a 1 year of training, and at the end of that year are able to do everything from treating malaria to treating tuberculosis. It's a pretty amazing thing. These 35,000 women in Ethiopia who really have transformed the Ethiopian healthcare system from being very, very ineffective to being a model for lots of poorer countries. It's a pretty cool story. And a lot of the women health extension workers I met were really interesting. So were the people in the Women's Health Army, which is the coolest name for an army ever. It's a group of women who are all volunteers, about 150,000 volunteers around Ethiopia, who take responsibility for their communities. They are the ones delivering prenatal care, education. Like, one of the things about being a parent that you don't know if you're not a parent is that you don't know how to take care of children. Like, you don't know. There's no like course for it. Oh God, is it going to be 2-0? Well, I'm just going to have to provide very interesting commentary, Meredith, because God knows I'm not providing good gameplay. We're going to be in the relegation zone after this game if we don't watch out. But AFC Wimbledon is a team that by its very nature deals with adversity well. I mean, we were born of adversity, so we can do this. Dicko! Oh no, it's Dini in his first game. He's big, he's tough. He doesn't have a song yet. He's Dini. Look at him dominate the Golden Child. He's about 5 feet taller than the Golden Child. Look at big Houdini. Oh, it's like magic. How's that? Something like that? Houdini. It's not magic. It's, I don't know. You guys are better at writing songs than I am. Anyway, suddenly there's a glimmer of hope. The standard Wombly glimmer of hope. It always evaporates. So I was very impressed with the healthcare system there, but I mean, I was also really astonished and overwhelmed by the poverty. It's one thing to what I was saying about being a parent is that you don't know how to be a parent. So, for instance, like you should introduce solid food beginning at 6 months, and certain solid foods are better than other solid foods. You have no idea about this stuff unless someone tells you. So these women in local communities do that stuff. Like they do the education, they do the prenatal care. Like they get like you're supposed to take these vitamins like iron and folic acid and stuff, and so they do a lot of that. Also, education about sanitation, like one of the big success stories in rural Ethiopia. 83% of people live in rural areas in Ethiopia. And one of the big success stories in the last 5 years is latrines. There are way more than there. Dini. You're better than that, Dini. He doesn't have a great head on him. But, well, apparently, that's my guess. By the way, I'm playing other John Green at left midfielder, just as kind of an experiment. I feel like we don't experiment enough with the John Greens, all the places they might be able to play. We don't know for sure. Look at other John Green. He's brilliant at getting back in defense. So I was really, so there are lots of this. So there are lots of success stories, and like the statistics bear out those stories. They're not just anecdotal. You know, and I definitely, when I talk to people around the country, I heard over and over again that they felt like their lives were better than they had been 10 years ago. You know, but there is, you know, just a ton of progress to be made. It's a, you know, most of the children I met didn't have shoes and wanted shoes. There were lots and lots and lots of places without clean water that where the people, that was pretty much their number one need, it seemed, was, you know, if you have clean water, it makes a lot of parts of your life easier. You have more access to, you have just way more time to take care of your kids, more time to work, more time to do all kinds of things. Because right now in a lot of these communities, women spend, almost always women spend hours of their day going to and from water, and you know they carry these 40-pound water jerry cans, like that they have to fill up for water to do really everything. So that was really kind of astonishing to see these Dini's coming out. He had a good run, he had a good game, but he's tired. To see just the extent of how much that affects your day-to-day life, not being able to get easy access to water. There's just a lot of need. I mean, agriculturally, you know, there's a huge issue with being able to increase yields so that there's enough. You know, there's plenty of land in Ethiopia. I'm making 3 substitutions all at once like the pros do. There's plenty of land. It's just a matter of getting the yields where they need to be. Like, it's very difficult for farmers because they have to be able to afford good seed. They have to pay for good seed, and they have to pay for fertilizer. But obviously at the beginning of the... Oh, no! Oh, no! What a stop! Oh, what fantastic footwork. That was beautiful. That was a thing to behold. Oh, and there's Hell's Pels. Hell's Pels! Hell's Pels! No. If he'd passed it to Ball John Green, it was a goal. If we can get a replay there. if he just, because the keeper had started to move, if he had just made the decision to pass to John Green, it was an absolute surefire, no doubt goal. But he went in a different direction, so we're still down 2-1. What a great comeback this would be. Anyway, I was, you know, there were definitely times, particularly when dealing with kids, that I felt overwhelmed and really, really sad. But I also felt a lot of, you know, a lot of excitement about the things that are being done there, and the, you know, I got to spend some time at the University of Addis Ababa on my last day, and that was really exciting because meeting young people graduating from college, I mean, there's like 3,000 or 4,000 college graduates from the university this year. Like, that's just, there were 11, you know, 40 years ago. It's tremendous progress, and like that has to be taken seriously and seen as real impact. So the other thing that I really noticed while I was there is that the heroes of this story are all Ethiopian. So like we in the West like to think of ourselves as the center of the development story, but that is not true at all. Like it is an Ethiopian story. All right, it's going to be John Green. John Green to ball. John Green to his husband. It's a goal. John Green to John Green. John Green's ball. Another John Green's. They're the best forwards that Wimbledon has ever seen. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, God, he has such a beautiful big head, and he just whips it around. Oh, he would be whipping his hair back and forth, but he has no hair. Oh, my God. Other John Green. Let's just look at it one more time. To the man he loves above all others, ball John Green. Oh, God. Teammates in life and in love, and you could just see it right there. Look at ball John Green. He's like, I know how it's going to come. It's going to, yeah! Okay. All right. How long do we have to find a winner? 4 minutes. 4 minutes to go 2-0 down to 3-2 up, which truly is the way that you win the cup. Come on, boys. We can do it. We're not trying to win a cup right now, but you know what I mean. I'm telling a story. What? Callum Kennedy? Oh, that was as bad as your hair. Kennedy just flat out missed the ball. There's no other way that you could say it. It was just a nightmare scenario for Kennedy there. Oh, what a nice job. What? What was wrong with that? This is a beautiful tackle. It was a little bit of a knee hug, maybe. Oh, my God. The rules in this game are offensive to me. Once again, foiled by the referees. We would be winning right now. We really would be. Anyway, it was an awesome trip. I'm so grateful to the Gates Foundation for making it possible. On the Vlogbrothers channel, you're going to see lots and lots of videos, including me interviewing Bill Gates in the coming weeks. But that was not a good pass. I don't know what the idea there was. It's a 2-2 draw. It's a great comeback. I don't want to take anything away from the great comeback. Obviously, there is still progress to make from the perspective of the Wimbly Womblys. We've got a long way to go. Buxton's like, who am I? I didn't even know I was playing on this team. Neither did we, Buxton. Neither did we. Thank you for watching. I guess we're going to have to start to like Buxton. He's got nice hair, at least. Best wishes.